Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode, which is the first episode of Monday Night Raw in my WWE 2K15 universe mode. The card we've got tonight looks pretty good. It's the Primetime Players versus the Vaudevillians to start the show off. We've got Dolph Ziggler facing off against Chris Jericho in a non-title match on our second bout of the evening. The Usos will take on Bo Dallas and Santino Marella, the Job Squad, in the third match. Bad News Barrett will take on Rusev, and in the main event we'll see John Cena face off against Randy Orton. So without further ado, let's kick on to our first match. So here's our first match of the evening. It is the Primetime Players versus the Vaudevillians. A win here could push either of these two teams up the tag team rankings. And let's go start this match. It looks like Aiden English is going to start here against Darren Young. Hitting him with the dragon screw there by Darren Young. Picking Aiden English up. Round the back of Aiden English, reverses with the snap snare. I must say this Aiden English and Simon Gotch cause I got off Community Creation is probably two of my favourite. I wasn't originally going to download these two. Once I saw a picture of them, I thought they just look so good compared to some of the others you can get off the Community Creations. And there is Aiden English with a punch to the back and being thrown. Reverses there with a swinging neck breaker. Both of these two teams will be looking for the win. The Usos are facing off tonight against the Job Squad, and as you can probably tell by the name, the Job Squad, the Usos are pretty much the favourites to win that match. So a win for either two of these teams could definitely put them further up the rankings. And there's a super hip toss there by Aiden English, who's doing a good job here on Darren Young. Darren Young's not really had much offense so far, but he's got himself a drop toe hold there. Aiden English again trying to take control, but Darren Young reversing. And again, Aiden English just keeps coming back, and there he is with a Russian leg sweep. Looks to bring in Simon Gotch, who enters the ring here. And Darren Young brings in Titus O'Neil. Let's see if Simon Gotch's strength is as expected here. And he's a swinging neck breaker on Titus O'Neil. Since these two guys got promoted from NXT, they've been making waves in the WWE. They've not been given a chance so far for the titles, but a win here could definitely push them up the rankings. The Usos must be watching this with bated breath. Simon Gotch getting Titus O'Neil here. Is he going to show his strength? Here he does. He lifts him up and he holds him up. It's a long hold vertical suplex there by Simon Gotch. The strength for this man to lift a guy of the size of Titus O'Neil up for that long shows impressive strength. But Titus O'Neil and Darren Young working together here as a cohesive team, as Titus O'Neil takes advantage of Darren Young's interference there. But Simon Gotch has reversed and got himself back in control, and another running swinging net breaker. Both Gotch and Aiden English seem to like that move. Must be the third or fourth time we've seen that so far. Gotch using his strong style again, and also showing some agility there with the back enziguri. Now hip tossing Titus O'Neil round the back of Titus, and a back suplex there. Again showing the strength, lifting a guy of the size of Titus O'Neil up that easily. And again with the hip toss there, using his strength. Titus too close to the ropes there and gets a rope break, but Darren Young was in very quickly. And looks like he's going to try and get a bit of offense here. And he does. He throws Gotch into the corner. So Titus has a chance to use his power. And again using his power. Now Titus showing Gotch that he has a lot of strength in his arsenal as well. Gotch makes a run across. And also Darren Young comes in. So Aiden English and Darren Young both enter the match again. Aiden English came out on top of this last time. But Darren Young getting some offense with a spinning kick there. And now a neck breaker of his own. But Aiden English comes back with another one of those swinging neck breakers. There's been quite a few of them in this match. Here comes Simon Gotch again to face off against Darren Young. Hip tossing Darren Young. Tries to pick him up there, but there was a bit of a stumble between the two of them. Simon Gotch has got him up on his shoulders. What's this? It's an aeroplane spin. But it looked like Aiden English may have knocked Darren Young off, but here it is again. Another big airplane spin, showing his old style of offense here by Simon Gotch. And the strength. Dropping Darren Young down, going for a pin. 1, 2. And that's it. Titus O'Neil wasn't quick enough. The Vaudevillians pick up the victory here. Titus O'Neil just could not get across the ring quick enough. And the Vaudevillians pick up a victory here against the Primetime Players. That was the super hip toss we saw earlier. The spinning back enziguri by Simon Gotch. And followed up by the hip toss. And this is a big finish here. Gotch gets Titus O'Neil, catches him with this airplane spin. And Titus just wasn't quick enough in the ring and across the ring. Aiden English very, very happy with himself, as is Simon Gotch, and so they should be. Darren Young is understandably very, very dizzy. Simon Gotch and Aiden English definitely putting themselves in good stead here in the tag team division. These guys are only moving up this roster. The fans love them. And this is our second match of the evening, which will be Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho. This is a non-title match though. However, a win here for Jericho could really push for an Intercontinental title match. Starting here. Oh, a bit of a cough there. Jericho taking the early control here, but Ziggler manages to fight out. And Jericho coming out with a knee to the stomach of Ziggler, catching him in that headlock. Now Irish ripping him into the corner, and a thump to the back there, which really affected Ziggler, and another kick to the back. Jericho looking like to get some early offense in the back, maybe working up towards that wall as of Jericho, doing as much damage to the back to make it as painful as possible. Test of strength here, and Jericho comes out on top and twists Ziggler around for the neck breaker. And now a kick to the head there. Ziggler still down, another kick to the head. Picking Ziggler up into another headlock, but Ziggler reverses into a drop toe hold, dropping Jericho down flat in his face on the apron. And now Jericho getting the reversal there with the step up enziguri. This match is back and forth, and Jericho again with a neck breaker. Doing a lot of work on that neck and back of Ziggler, maybe working towards that walls of Jericho, and there's a fantastic drop kick. Such elevation. And a running shoulder, a running elbow strike, that's the one I'm looking for. Ziggler backing it there with the back suplex. Intercontinental champion here really wants to stick with the winning ways. But as I said earlier, a win for Jericho really could force the issue that he deserves to be an Intercontinental champion. Jericho, obviously one of the forefront top Intercontinental champions in history. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, he was one of the top guys on the roster, and the Intercontinental champion was basically just Jericho. It's been a few years since then, but he still got it and he still wants it. Jericho with the twisting neckbreaker. Kick to the back of Ziggler, again working on that back. And a stomp to the back of the arm. Jericho again working on the arm. Shoulder to the back of the neck there. That was an elbow, not a shoulder, sorry. I was did it in my ass with my elbows. The two of them trading kicks and punches, and still reversaling. And Ziggler now trying to build some adrenaline there with a running clothesline. But Jericho straight back up. Ziggler gets him back in the headlock. Jericho reverses it into a drop toe hold, dropping Ziggler flat in his face on the ring. And a kick to the back again by Jericho. And here it looks like he's going for the walls here. Can he lock the walls of Jericho in? He's got Ziggler, he folds him over, he's got him. Can Ziggler get to the ropes? He's crawling. Can he get to the ropes? He's still crawling. Jericho drops the hold. Maybe thinks the damage is done here. But Ziggler reversing, throwing Jericho off over the top rope. Jericho makes his way back into the ring. Ziggler hits him with a kick to the stomach. You wonder why Jericho broke that hold. Ziggler now getting back involved with that back suplex there, pulling Jericho into the centre of the ring. Going for the pin here, only a 1 count. Jericho with a running, twisting, spinning, all sorts of adjectives neck breaker there. And with a quick roll up, 1, 2, 3. He has. Jericho's quickly rolled up the Intercontinental Champion here. Jericho's just defeated the Intercontinental Champion here on Raw. With that fantastic quick little roll up. There's the neck breaker. There was a bit of back and forth after that neck breaker, and then here it is, Jericho reversing here with a quick little roll up, catching Ziggler for the 3 count. And the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time has defeated the current Intercontinental Champion. What could this mean for the future of Dolph Ziggler's title? Jericho celebrating here, as he should do. He's just defeated the Intercontinental Champion. Making his way out of the ring. Raw definitely is Jericho tonight. Now here's our next match of the evening. It's the Tag Team Champions, the Usos, taking on the Job Squad in a non-title match. So we saw the Vaudevillians come out with a victory earlier this evening. Can the Usos continue their domination? And we're going to start here with, I'm not even going to pretend I know which Uso's which, versus Bo Dallas. I'm just going to call them both Uso. If anyone knows which Uso's which, can you please put in the comments and let me know so how I can tell next time I do this myself. But Bo Dallas here coming up with some early offense with the neck breaker there on Uso. And now it looks like he's going to go for, yes, a shin breaker. Bo Dallas getting some early offense. And again, hooking. He's got the Uso there in a jawbreaker. And now kicks to the leg. Bo Dallas doing very well here to start this match. Oh, here comes back Uso there with a step up enziguri. You'd expect the Tag Team Champions, the Usos, to come out on top here. There's the Cobra there in the front row. He's disappeared. So yeah, everyone's expecting the Usos to come out of this as winners. However, if the Job Squad should get a win, that would throw this entire tag team division into turmoil. There's the arm breaker there by Bo Dallas and the running Bodog on Uso. And the drop kick as well. Doing a lot of damage here. Throwing Uso into his own corner. Bringing Santino into the ring. It's the drop toe hold into the elbow drop by Santino. Big punch there by Uso though. Looking to try and get some offense back on Santino. But Santino comes back with a step up enziguri of his own. And Uso makes a tag and brings in Uso. I'm assuming you can probably tell by the tattoo on the left arm, or the right arm, sorry, is slightly different. That's probably how you would tell, but I'm not even going to try and assume which one's which. Santino with a hip toss. It looks like the same guy who had a Cobra side has also got an Uso crazy sign. Uso's working together well here on the ropes. Uso 1 holding him back as Uso 2 hit him with a chop. And that's a nice little back step up enziguri. Here comes back in Bo Dallas. With another running Bodog. The Usos are looking not in a great shape tonight at all. They're struggling here against the Job Squad. Another running Bulldog by Bo. Headlock by Uso. Bo comes out with a big back elbow. And there's a jawbreaker on Bo Dallas by the Uso. And now working on that leg. Finally, the Usos starting to take control of this match, as we would expect they would. Throwing Bo Dallas out of the ring. And it looks like he's going to try and suplex him back in, which he does. The Usos working very well together now, but Bo gets back with the running Bulldog. Wants to make a tag, and he does. Gets over to Santino. Santino comes back in. Starts working again back on the Usos, who get the reversal into the drop toe hold. Dropping Santino down. Now hitting him with that running forearm. Santino's going back with some punches. Oh, and a kick to the stomach. Another one. Going back, it looks like he's going to bring Bo Dallas back in. Bo Dallas must have been in this match for quite a long time now compared to Santino, but he's definitely doing some very good offense. Goes to the pin. Only a 1 count. Usos now. Oh, what a fantastic reversal into the pinfall there by Bo Dallas. Only a 2 count. It could have been a 3 there. The Job Squad could have picked up a victory over the tag team champions. Usos tagging in the rested man now. But Bo Dallas again is just, he's on fire here. Hitting the elbow drop. Picking the Uso up. And there he is with that hip toss. He's going to pin him. There's only a 2 count. Usos working well together as the guy on the outside managed to grab a hold of Bo, but Bo comes back with the back elbows. Bringing Santino back in. And the Usos make a tag as well. The 2 fresh men enter the ring. That was a huge elbow to the face of Santino now, who's down. Locking the arm behind the head of Santino, then stamping on the elbow. Rolling Santino over. Santino's back up. Throwing the Uso back into his corner. Bringing Bo Dallas back in. The double hip toss. And Bo Dallas bringing the other Uso into the ring. And now taunting here. He's got him up. The chop. Looked like he was going for some sort of butterfly move there. A spinning heel kick by the Uso. Turning Bo over. Bo's back up and reverses. Uso hits him. A super kick. The big super kick. Bo is down. How's he got back up? Bringing Santino into the ring. After taking that big super kick, he must be feeling the effect of that. Santino, he's got the Cobra. Santino's got the Cobra out. Hits it. Hits the Cobra. There's no way Santino and Bo Dallas can get the victory here of the tag team champions, surely. No to 2 count. Uso kicks out of the Cobra. Chin buster by the Uso. Now he's got Santino in the pin. Only a 1 count. Bo Dallas and Santino here are doing a fantastic job here over the current tag team champions. There's a bulldog there by Santino, and now the stomp to the stomach. And the diving clothesline on the sat up opponent on the floor. Santino throwing the Uso back into his corner. And just reversing again, knocking him to the ground, and a kick to the stomach again, and this diving clothesline to the seated position on the ground. Santino and Bo Dallas are doing a fantastic job here against the Usos, but now There was almost a hip toss into a suplex. Bo Dallas back in, but catches a fist in the face, but now reversing. Went for that drop kick, missed it, and there's the running forearm again, but the Uso going for the pin, but he's very close to Santino anyway. And Bo kicks out at 1. Hitting with some chain punches, and there is a super kick to end all super kicks. Bo looks out. Only a 2 count though. Only a 2 count on Bo Dallas. I think Bo Dallas is busted open. Yeah, there's blood dripping in the ring. That super kick must have hit Bo Dallas hard because he is bleeding. Santino with a hip toss of his own into the knee drop. Picking Uso up, but Uso reverses it and trips Santino over and rolls Santino up. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. I think Bo Dallas just broke it up. Santino with a kick to the stomach, but eats another forearm. And again a reversal by Santino, tripping the Uso up as they picked him up. It's like Santino's building up for something. It looks like he's got the Cobra out again. Santino spikes Uso with the Cobra. Bo Dallas takes the other Uso off the apron. 2. Only a 2 count. Again, the Usos kick out of the second Cobra. Santino with a bulldog from the corner. Bo Dallas and the other Uso are fighting outside the ring now. The referee's lost all control. Santino's in a full Nelson. But breaks it. Bo Dallas and the other Uso are still fighting. There goes Bo Dallas over the top rope. Santino with a quick roll up. 1, 2, 3. They've got it. The Job Squad have defeated the tag team champions. Bo Dallas and the other Uso were both distracted outside the ring, and Santino managed to roll up the tag team champion there. What a match! That was the big super kick. That's what led to Bo Dallas bleeding. That was the second Cobra, and Bo Dallas took the other Uso off the apron, and that's what led to the fight on the outside. And here was the run here, and Santino just caught him in the roll up. 1, 2, 3. Bo Dallas and Santino, look at them. The Job Squad have defeated the current tag team champions. Santino having to be shown by Bo Dallas how to celebrate. It's been that long since these two actually won a match. A fantastic win for these two. It's really going to push them up the rankings for the tag team titles. And here's our 4th match of the evening. It's Bad News Barrett facing off against Rusev. Both of these guys, in my opinion, are very much overlooked in the current WWE. Rusev's doing well, but I think he has a future World Heavyweight Champion. Both of these guys in the ring are future World Heavyweight Champions. The shoeless Rusev. This is going to be a hard-hitting match. This Rusev here with a pump handle already. Pump handle slam already on Bad News Barrett. Rusev showing his strength, and again, but Bad News Barrett reverses that into the belly to belly. Rusev, of course, is still undefeated, not pinned in the WWE. And another belly to belly suplex there by Bad News Barrett is round the back of Rusev and picks him up for the Saito suplex. Drops him flat on his back. Now Bad News Barrett hit him with the punches. Of course, the ex-bare knuckle fighter. I'm sure that was his original gimmick anyway. But doing a good job here on Rusev. We've not seen anyone dominate Rusev like this since he joined the WWE. And here he goes back in the match there, just picking Wade Barrett up and dropping him flat on his face. And now with a huge German suplex throwing him. So he lands flat on his face, but Bad News Barrett is back up and hits the big punch to the stomach. Rusev definitely felt that one. The pair are reversing each other now. Another reversal, drop toe hold by Rusev, and now the elbow to the back. Working on the back, so when that accolade gets locked in, sort of a running smash there, if anything, by Rusev. Barrett picking Rusev up. Rusev using another reversal. And a diving headbutt to the floor on Wade Barrett. And the elbow, but I think Barrett just managed to avoid that. Barrett ran towards him and Rusev just throws him over the top of his head. Rusev with a massive belly-to-belly ran straight at Bad News Barrett and belly-to-bellied him. Bad News is giving him a belly-to-belly suplex of his own. These two guys are really showing us the strength and brawling nature, the pair of them. Big elbows to the shoulders of Bad News Barrett, again just working on the upper body, the neck and the back, for when he can lock in that accolade. Bad News Barrett throwing Rusev into the corner. Rusev was playing possum ready for him there. And now just stomping and pushing the knee into the chest and the throat of Bad News Barrett. Pulling Bad News away from the corner. He's going for a pin. It's a 1. Only a 1 count. Bad News Barrett's back up. Locking Rusev into the headlock and Rusev throwing Bad News flat on his face onto the ground. Rusev sliding out of the ring now. These two fighting outside and Rusev throws Wade Barrett over his head and Barrett goes through the announce table and Barrett now belly to belly onto the remains of the announce table. Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole do not look impressed. Michael Cole's water bottle just rolls out the bottom of the screen there. These two guys, Rusev throwing Wade Barrett over the top of his head through the announce table. Really sucking him in for that one. He slid out of the ring. Wade Barrett followed. Wade ran towards him and Rusev over his head through the announce table. Another big belly to belly here. It's a 1, 2, only a 2 count. How is Wade Barrett kicking out after going through the announce table like that? Huge slam there by Rusev. Barrett looks down and out. Could this be all? 1, 2, 3. Rusev remains undefeated. Wade Barrett going through that announce table, and here's the replay going through that announce table. That definitely must have affected him. He wasn't the same after that. Rusev. Here was the 2 count. Wade Barrett got straight back up and he was hit with this huge slam. And that was the end of Wade Barrett for this match. Pinned him 1, 2, 3. Rusev remains undefeated here in the WWE. Who will stop him? And here comes the ravishing Lana into the ring, raising the arm of Rusev. And here is our main event of the evening, which is the World Heavyweight Champion John Cena taking on Randy Orton. And here we start our main event with John Cena hitting the hip toss. We still don't know who will be facing John Cena at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. The new general manager was announced earlier in tonight's show. It will be Mick Foley as new general manager, and he has said that Extreme Rules is a pay-per-view that's very, very close to his heart. It's where he grew up in Extreme Rules matches, and he wants to make it the best pay-per-view the WWE have ever had. A win here for Randy Orton could cement his place in the main event of that pay-per-view against the John Cena. Randy were there with a big drop kick and a Fez press, and the punches to the head of John Cena. Cena is down. Orton lifting him up. But Cena comes back with that running shoulder block. And here he is, showing his collegiate wrestling skills here against Randy Orton. And then an aggressive knee to the face of Randy Orton. Randy reversing this though, and showing some aggressive side himself, taking out the knee of John Cena. Randy's behind Cena, now lifts him up in a Saito suplex, drops him. Cena trying to get up, Randy assists him. Grabs him in the front chancery, and Cena reverses it and drops Randy to the floor on his face and hits him with the elbow to the back. Cena with the reverse of his own, Orton with the reverse of his own, and hitting Cena with a running shoulder block himself. Twisting the arm of Cena and twisting it again till Cena has to flip out of it. Stomps to the floor by Randy Orton. Cena around the back of Orton. Looks like he's going to pick him up for a Saito suplex of his own. Pinning Orton here, only a 1 count, barely a 1 count of that. Cena locking Orton into a headlock. Orton breaks out an Irish whip Cena into the ropes, and Cena comes back with a Fez press of his own. I must admit with this game, it does amaze me how much bigger Cena's moveset is virtually than it is in real life. Orton has Cena in the corner here and just running his foot across the face of John Cena and dropping the knee straight on the top of the chest, and another one there. Cena attempts to get up, Orton helps him and then backs off a little bit, allowing Cena to get back on top of him, but Orton with a reversal, tripping Cena over. Cena back up and hits the hip toss there. Sort of like a seated hip toss. It's quite different to how a lot of other people hit it. Cena using some punches and kicks on Orton, and now throwing Orton against the ropes and putting the knee on the back of Orton, pressing his throat and his chest against that top rope. But Orton's up, hitting the punches to Cena. Cena reverses. Orton reverses, throwing Cena up in the air and dropping him flat on his face. Cena's back there with the Fez press and the punches to the face of Orton. Cena really showing some aggression in this match. We're not used to the amount of aggression that Cena is showing. Orton there, I just think he just clipped in there with a huge uppercut. And now Cena throwing Orton over the top rope, but Orton stays on the apron and jumping over the top with a sunset flip. Has Cena in the pin, 2. Only a 2 count. Cena reverses, 1, 2. Reversal again by Orton, 1, 2. Reversal again by Cena, 1, 2. 2 count again. Great little pinning combination there by the pair of them. Orton with the kicks to the chest there. Cena with a trip, and he goes for the pin. 1, 2. And another pinning reversal by Orton. 1, 2. And again by Cena. 1, 2. 2 count again. These two guys both going for multiple pins. It's going to take something special to finish this match, and that is a fantastically executed dropkick there by Randy Orton, who now locks him into the submission, but I think Cena's far too close to the ropes. He could easily just reach out and rope break this. As he actually reverses it and manages to get up before Orton. Orton who locks the headlock into Cena. Cena reverses it and gets an elbow to the side of the head of Orton, knocking him to the ground, picking Orton up. And he's got him up on his shoulders. Attitude adjustment. 1, 2. Only 2 count. Orton kicks out. Orton kicks out here. The Attitude adjustment here on the main event of Monday Night Raw. Cena hitting the Saito suplex. And Orton's back up and showing some offense here, but Cena drops him straight to the floor. Back up into the headlock. The snap smear into... Has he got him in it? Yes, it looks like he's locked in a submission there. Sort of like a seated full Nelson. But Orton reverses. And gets a Russian leg sweep on Cena. Cena's back up. Hitting the back of the arm of Randy Orton. Picking Orton up and dropping him with that back suplex. That was quite sort of spiked. He must have landed on the top of his shoulders, back of his head there on that back suplex. But Orton's back up and Cena throws Orton hard into the turnbuckle. And he caught him there with a straightjacket German. Rolling Randy Orton over. 1, 2. 2 count. Orton kicks out again. Orton kicks out at 2 again. Orton obviously knows a victory here would put him in a shout here for a title match at Extreme Rules. But Cena again there, the belly to belly. Orton gets a rope break this time. Orton reversing Cena, then throwing his head into the ground. Orton go for a pin of his own. 1, 2. Cena kicks out. Cena looks like he's going to get Orton up. He's got him up for a vertical suplex, holds him there, and drops him. Orton's felt that on his back. 1, 2. Kick out again by Orton. What does Cena need to do to keep Orton down? Another snap snare hit, and he's got him again in that seated full Nelson. A lot of work has been done on the back of Randy Orton so far in this match. But Cena releases the hold this time. Probably thinks he's done enough, but he hasn't, because Orton catches him in the belly to belly. Pulling Cena into the centre of the ring. But Cena straight back up. And catching Orton in the quick pin. 2, 3, he's got him. He's got him. John Cena wins with that quick pinfall. Randy Orton ran at him. Cena caught his legs and tripped him over for the pin. That was the hip toss we started the match with. Some big kicks there by Randy Orton. That was the first little pinning combination we had. This was Cena hitting the attitude adjustment on Randy Orton. We all thought the match was over then, but Randy kicked out just before 3. And there was that finish, the quick little pin roll-up. And the World Heavyweight Champion, John Cena. Oh, who's this? This is Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan indicating to John Cena that he wants a title. John Cena doesn't quite know what to do with himself, but Daniel Bryan is challenging John Cena for the title. Right, guys, that's the end of this first episode of Monday Night Raw. Make sure to keep tuned for next week's Monday Night Raw. Also, check out my other playlists for the other brands, Global Force Wrestling, Ring of Honor, CZW, Retro and Attitude. So thank you very much for watching this. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.